Shana Tova. The great masters of the Hasidic tradition tell the story of a king who sent his son, the prince, on a dangerous but critical mission among the king's enemies. In order to stay in touch with the prince, the king would write him frequent letters asking about his welfare and letting him know how everything was going back home. Sadly, the king's enemies discovered and intercepted their correspondence and were able to cut off communication between father and son. Recognizing what they had done, the king and the prince figured out a way to meet secretly in person using a secret language that the enemy could not understand. Soon enough, they frustrated their enemy's plan and were able to resume communication. This allowed them to defeat those who sought to harm the royal family and the entire kingdom. Now, think about it for a second. The king in this story is a symbol for God. The prince in this story is a symbol for you and me. The enemies in this story are a symbol for the forces of evil in the world that seek to wreak havoc upon the Jewish people and upon humanity. The secret meeting in that secret language is a symbol for the sounding of the shofar, the ram's horn, on Rosh Hashanah. Every day, all year long, we carry on our missions, small and large, to make God's world a better world. At times, we do this work among the enemy, the people and circumstances that make it so much harder to achieve tikkun olam, the world's healing. God, as it were, is always trying to send us messages of hope and moral clarity so that we can carry out our tasks. Too often, selfishness, the unbridled lust for power, and apathy interfere. At times, it feels almost impossible to us that we will ever be able to make the difference in the world for which God has sent us on our missions. Despair becomes our destiny. But then, we come together as one imperfect but striving community on the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, children of the ruler of all creation. We meet in person with God, the ruler, who needs us to stay in touch so that we can go back into the enemy territory that at times is the world and vanquish the evil and suffering found there. We blow the shofar, the heart-piercing language beyond words that is our secret mode of communication with God. We hear the shofar's cry. We hear ourselves crying and the cries of everyone near to and far from us who cries out for help. We imagine God crying, "I have not abandoned you, and I need you to stay by my side as my partner in fighting this battle to heal humanity, to heal the planet." This secret language of the shofar's cry, sounded on these 2 days a year, this is the language of our hope, of our courage, and of our redemption. I want to wish a very happy and healthy Rosh Hashanah to all of our Ohav family.